Hello and welcome to ReginaldESQ. I'm Underhook and this is the next in my series focusing on the armour changes in patch 9.13 World of Tanks, and right now we're looking at the WZ-111 Chinese Tier 8 Premium Heavy Tank. Do see this tank around a lot, and I think it's because the armour for a Chinese heavy is pretty good. So let's get in and have a look. On the right hand side of your screen is a pre-recorded version of 9.12 from Tank Inspector, and on the left of your screen is a current live version of 9.13 Tank Inspector. So let's start the recording, get into the colorized view here and have a bit of a looky. So you can see here the frontal arm is pretty much the same, with 80 on the lower plate, 120 on the upper plate. And the frontal turret armour is also pretty much identical, although the shaping is a little different. Also, I noticed here that I was able to locate the turret ring on the right, but I wasn't able to locate a turret ring on the left, on the new one. So I'd say the turret is now closer to the deck, and you can't really hit the turret ring at all now. It was a very small target before, but now you can't hit it at all. All in all, though, the frontal armour here is all the same. The cupolas are the same. They appear to be the same height and everything. Dimensions don't really appear to have changed. It is pretty much identical, or as close to it as you'd need to be. The real change to this tank is actually on the side armour. So the lower armour here is 80mm, and you can see we've got reduced protection from the tracks now compared to what we used to have. So used to be a solid 20 all the way over. Now it's cut out, and they do this with a lot of the HD remodeling now, so we don't get the benefit of the 20 mils of track armour in this area. The area between the spaced armour is still 80, and the spaced armour itself is 30mm of spaced armour overlaying the 80 mils underneath, and it is that way all the way. What they have changed though is this upper armour just here. So on the pre-recorded version there, this was also 80mm. It's now 120mm across the entire top band of armour there. So that's really a significant buff to the side of the tank as far as side scraping goes, because when you're side scraping, really be difficult for people to shoot in here, this area, because of the way the tracks are, whereas this area they could have popped a shot into. It's much harder for them to do that now, especially when you consider I was very low there. This is the sort of same height as the gun. Very hard to get in between that track area, but this area you could hit. Well, now it's a lot tougher than it was, even if you increase the angle. It's pretty good. Yeah, look at that. So that's had a significant buff to the side, much as the T10, which used to be the IS-8, has also had a buff to that area, although the T10 also got spaced armour that it didn't have before, so it's more of a buff for that tank. Side of the turret, as we can see here, is also a little different. The red area here, the stronger section, doesn't go back as far. It's the same armour values, but it's probably not as good from the side as it was. But really, it's more the side of the tank, the side of the hull, in my opinion, is more important than the side of the turret, as far as the side of the turret will stop people you don't know about. Maybe some of those will bounce, but the others won't. Same here, so you can see here this little section at the back is 120 instead of 80 where we write on it now. I'll continue the recording, and really the rest of the tank hasn't substantially changed armour values. It's really just the layout of the armour has changed a little bit. Doesn't look to me like it's anything that's really going to make much of a difference to the tank though. It's only that side strip that's really had a major change. Well, I hope you enjoyed that armour comparison. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe to ReginaldESQ. Have fun.